Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Cookie Dough Truffles. Now y'all know that we come strong with the meats, but during the holidays we gotta have some sweets, which is why we're making cookie dough chocolate truffles today. First thing we're gonna do is heat treat our flour. Now what this does is basically eliminates any possibility of someone getting sick from raw flour. I grew up eating raw cookie dough and I turned out pretty cool, so I know it's not a huge concern. But for the sake of keeping everyone safe, there's no eggs in this recipe and the flour's getting heat treated. So we've got the yoder preheated to 375. This is gonna sit in here for about half an hour. The internal temperature needs to come up to about 165. 30 minutes in now, you can see it's taken on a little bit of color and honestly a little bit of smoke, which is kind of nice. Now onto the cookie dough filling. We're starting with a stick of butter and 3/4 cup of brown sugar. We're gonna whip this up until it's nice and fluffy and light. When you're working with a smaller amount like this, sometimes you kind of gotta pick the bowl up. Make sure you're getting all the way down to the bottom. You're gonna wanna take a break just to scrape down the sides to make sure everything's getting incorporated. Now on a little slower speed, we're gonna add in some chocolate milk. Promised Land, baby, only the best. And then a little bit of vanilla. And once that's incorporated, we can add the flour. So 1 cup of flour going in. All right, let's scrape down the sides one more time. Now we're gonna add in a 1/2 cup of mini chocolate chips. All right, we don't need to work that anymore. I'm gonna scoop out 1 tablespoon at a time, roll it up, and place it on some parchment. Now we're gonna melt the chocolate for the coating. So what we've got is a double boiler situation here. We've got some water that's heated up with a bowl over the top. That water's not touching the bowl, so this chocolate can melt gently rather than burning. That's 1 pound right there of dark chocolate chips. As that bottom layer starts to melt down, we just wanna keep these moving so it can melt evenly. This is mostly melted now, still got a few chunks in there. I'm gonna throw in a couple tablespoons of coconut oil, which is gonna help to keep this stuff from just like instantly solidifying. Also, it's a nice little flavor additive. The heat is off now, but we're gonna keep this on top of the warm water to keep it kind of loose, and then just start plopping these in here one at a time, get them coated and move them back to the parchment paper. Now to top these off, we're gonna do a mixture of a whiskey barrel smoked salt and a maple smoked sugar. Just a little sprinkle right on top. So at this point, I would just throw these into the fridge and let them set up until you're ready to serve them. Now the great thing about this is you can make these ahead of time. That way you're not worrying about it whenever you're having your holiday party, and they feel like a really special treat. It's not just pumpkin pie that you bought at the store, and honestly, it's not that difficult to do. Let's get a taste. Oh my goodness. I love this consistency. The shell is creamy, it's not crunchy. But if you'd prefer a crunchier exterior, just leave out 1 of those tablespoons of the coconut oil and they'll firm up a little bit more. But I just love how creamy this is. And it feels like eating cookie dough, which kind of makes you feel bad, but definitely makes you feel good. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments, or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.